What's good, guys? Jordan here from Arcade Tunes. Behind me we have my F80 M3. It is finally ready. So we did a bunch of prep work in the meantime in New York, ton of stuff, clutches. We had some issues with the transmission. We actually ended up swapping that out, put a diff in it, had some issues with that. So we had some issues with the diff. We took it out, fixed it. Everything's good. We put a different ECU instead of our standard Microsquirt setup. I spent about 12 hours, which might not sound like a lot of time, but a week away from a race event. 12 hours is huge when everything's cutting it closer and closer. Put in different ECU, did not work at all. There was a big learning curve with a different software. On top of that, even the guys that make the ECU and sell it couldn't really help me figure out the problems. I had huge trouble making the boost control do what I wanted to. And I'm not talking about having it target boost. I'm talking about running a standard duty cycle, hitting normal mad boost like my Microsquirt does every single time. I've had 2 different Microsquirts in this car now, 2 different harnesses after the fire, before and after, 3-port, 4-port, and 2 3-ports together for boost control.
Testing 1, 2.
So 3-port, nothing worked though, no matter what I tried. So after 12 hours of messing with it, we decided to throw the Microsquirt back in it. We're actually in
if you've done capture your tech car again,
so we're actually,
for some reason you don't know how to race, he'll tell you how to race. If somebody wants to go fast with me in the car announcing going down the racetrack, I'm down for that.
So we went ahead, we had tons of issues. We're actually in Florida right now at Bradenton Speedway, trying to drag race my F80 M3. We stopped at Adam LZ's. He was a huge help, letting me use his shop, his tools, and everything. And we had a ton of late nights. First night driving down was horrible. Messing the car was extremely time consuming, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much as ready as I can be. Not sure if that's ready enough, but we'll find out. I know the car makes jam, but will it launch? I'm not sure. So do a bunch of hits, show you guys everything, the good and the bad. See if I can go 8s today.
Down here around pretty soon, 9:30, hopefully, and hopefully be on the racetrack.
that's it for quarter mile hits. So what you guys did not see throughout the whole process was we took the link ECU back off the car. We could not get it working perfectly. Might revisit in the future. We threw a Microsquirt in the car, worked great. We actually broke a transmission on Friday. You break a second transmission in 2 weeks, and this would probably be like the 5th set of clutches I do in 2 weeks. So here we are. Friday. One of my employees flew down Friday night with clutches. We went to Top Golf. This happens, your car breaks like 10 times in 2 weeks, you give up and you decide to play golf.
And what?
Bullshit. We messed around Top Golf for about 3 hours, 2 hours while we waited for the clutches to come. Clutches came, we used Induction Performance Alpha, let me use his shop to swap the trans all night long. So pulled the trans, Top Golf, put the trans back in the car all night, got to the track, first pass, car misfired. When I put the transmission back in, I squished a fuel line between the engine and the transmission. We then got a fuel line from AIM Performance in New Jersey. They were nice enough to give us a spare -8 female line. Still in the car right now. That's why any pictures you see has a big loop in the fuel line. Put the fuel line on, car worked. There's probably a bunch of things that we did over the course of a week. Obviously changed the wheels to the bead lock, to the skinnies in the front. We put full slicks in the rear versus we were using ET Street R's for testing prior to that. So that. I don't know what else happened throughout the course of the week other than there was not a lot of sleep. We worked at Adam LZ's shop multiple nights till 2, 3, 4 in the morning. Went to sleep, woke up, sort of went to Disney a few days in between. And then just sort of worked through the night almost every single night. But the car worked. We went from running nothing on Friday because the trans broke right away to going 9s and going 970, 940, and then all the way down to a 9.1 at 158 of 159 miles per hour, which puts this car as not just the highest horsepower, but the quickest, fastest F80 there is. So the car also went 3.8, 6130, which is a new best. Car's gone 4.0 before at 1,000 wheel, like 40 pounds boost. The car seemed to be a little bit down on power this event. It took a lot more boost to go 4.0, 6130. Yeah, which is what it is. We have like lighter seats in it. It's missing a strut bar in the front. There's a few other little things weight-wise. But I mean, the car still weighed 3630 with meat in it and the amount of gas, or 3630 or 3650 with meat in it and the amount of gas that we ran the car on. So it's definitely not like chopped up or really gutted. But there's a few little things that we did, obviously, to save whatever we can, because this event was a full interior. I bet a stock car with rear seats removed, passenger seat removed, and maybe a lightweight front driver's seat would end up being lighter than my car was. But due to the allowed things of this event, it's what it was. So car worked. Goal was really 8s. I was actually not happy when the car broke the record. I wanted 8s. I was like pissed in the car. If there would have been a GoPro in there, it would have really weird looking seeing me angry, but seeing a record. So afterwards it all settled in. I was extremely excited. This is something I've been chasing for a while. The past year and a half, we did not make it to the track one time. If we would have, I think it still would have worked, just would have needed the nitrous. It's pretty cool MHG hooking up with this anti-lag feature. Once dialing in, it went from 20 pounds target up to 30 pounds target, and it got it out the hole pretty rowdy. We do have some issues though with the launch controls activated. It limits power a lot till about, I think 120 kilometers per hour is what we're saying. About 72, 73 miles per hour. With it like that, it still is going deep 9s. Once that's fixed, I think it should be 8s. It should be a breeze where it's at power-wise, weight-wise. And then I'll see what's next. But that's it for that car for right now. Behind me, we have what's going on in the future. I got another F80 M3. I'm going to take this thing to Drift Week. So the next upcoming video is going to be sort of prepping this car for Drift Week. It will be throwing in some stuff from the other F80 in terms of what's next, what will be checked, sorted. I mean, in us working on the car all night, there's a bunch of mistakes we made here and there. So we have to check over everything that I did to make sure it's all okay. But Drift Week build coming up. The car's going to get angle kit, all sorts of goodies. We're going to be going over all that in the next video. So thanks for watching. If you like seeing this, like and subscribe. Peace, guys.